Major component of this project was figuring out how to get the client's voices onto the finished project using only the raw Zoom data. After each of the sessions, the student leaders would send me the lyrics that they had composed for each of the client's verses. The first step would be to put together a guide vocal and a guide guitar. So right here I just have an example of one of the verses, and we'll go ahead and listen to that really quick. We miss seeing our family. We miss going out to eat. But that chicken dinner is going to be the best ever. When we get together again, we will feel good. The next step would be to import the audio from the breakout group verse I was working on. In this case, the student leaders were able to tell me a timestamp of when they started to work on the verses in a way that isolated the voices pretty well. And as you can see, this is a really, really long audio file. I already put some markers in to show where we were going to be, so we're going to move all the way over here. So here we are about 40 minutes into the session where the student leaders went ahead and did a call and response method of having the clients sing their parts, so it made it easier to edit out. So here is an example of what that sounded like. We miss seeing our family.
We missing our family.
Yeah. We miss going out to eat.
We is going out to eat.
So the next step would be to edit out each of these little sections that are just the client's voices. So here we just have our client's voices. I've edited out the parts where our student leaders were singing. So the next step would be to consolidate these. So here I've got just our client's voices consolidated, so it's closer to what the verse is going to be like. So here we are back to where I have my guide vocal and my guide guitar, and I have organized these little segments to match up these sound waves as best as possible. So we'll listen to what that's sounding like.
We missing our family. We is going out to eat. But that chicken dinner is going to be the best ever. When we get together again, we feel good.
Alright, it's pretty close, but we can actually get it even closer using our FlexTime tool. Alright, so I've put our Group 3 track into FlexTime mode, so each of these little lines here are what the computer decided were the transients of the sound file, so basically where the computer thinks that a downbeat is supposed to occur. So this is where it starts to get a little bit tedious. I put it on a loop so that I can just kind of keep nudging things as I need to.
We missing our family. We miss.
So already I'm seeing that this line here needs to match up with that. So I'm going to grab this line, scoot it over until we get it a little closer.
We missing our family.
And so now we're going to just keep moving things around until we get it where it needs to go.
We missing our family.
Getting closer.
We missing our family.
And so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing for the next 15 minutes for all these tracks. So now I've edited all of those little segments, and here's the finished result.
We missing our family. We is going out to eat. But that chicken dinner is going to be the best ever. When we get together again, we feel good.
And then here is the final track with all of the groups put together. All of these sections stacked here, these are kind of a virtual choir for the chorus using audio from each of the groups to put together in one chorus. And then using the technique just described, these are the verses from all the groups. And I also add a little bit of extra instrumentation to fill it out. I'll start by just kind of bringing everything in. Here's the instrumentation in my guide vocal.
We travel through time.
And all the clients.